very ready.
I feel like it should be a wedding march at the beginning of this. Hey, we're doing this again. Smells like Crit Crew after the horrendous, traumatizing ending that everyone was asking me what the hell was wrong with me. That was fun. Flez dead. We'll just start with that. Flez
Or
dead.
is he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's dead.
he made sure of that.
I mean, he really did. I mean, multiple stab wounds with that. Yeah, with that scorpion tail chugging the alchemist fire. Yeah, he's dead and missing pieces of himself. So, let's see. I
kept thinking of the Pixies song "Ed is Dead" when we were saying Flesh like last time.
So yeah, you guys started off in the Claw on the Caw with Cuddle. Got a little bit of information from him. He called in a favor and got you guys some actual food. You discovered after went and talking to Nigel's contact Baramy that there was going to be a meeting in front of the governor's mansion. Bestman was going to give a speech. Couldn't quite find anything from Baramy. Things were pretty high priced, but as Nigel knows, that's just the price of doing business in Gold Cliff, baby. Or should I say, Best Bluff, as it is now been renamed to, after you guys heard the best speech from the best man and found out that Bruce Baildon, Dan Claw's longtime rival, apparently has saddled up to him and is in that cabinet. Nigel wanted to do some business, couldn't quite get through the crowd.
Which I would like to point out, I can teleport, and I just we haven't played in so long. I just completely forgot I could teleport.
Dude, that feels very in character. Nigel getting so mad he forgot he could do something.
Yeah, I was mad. I was like, son of a bitch. And then like the next
I'm reasonably certain he would have stabbed him if he could have gotten up there. So.
Yeah.
He could have tried.
I had no in-game plan if I could get up there.
Yeah, he could have tried. So the boys decided after the speech to go back to the Claw on the Caw and figure out what to do from there. Meanwhile, while all this was happening, Kallista could not get anyone to go with her and went on her lonesome to go try to track down Flash. She went and rented a horse from the stables, who the gentleman there was very, very concerned that a tiefling showed up in his shop. Rented her a horse, and she went.
You know, on my rewatch, I was laughing through the whole interaction. It was great.
She had a map, decided to go down the coast, almost fell off a cliff, had that nice animal handling save. She had, what was it, 2 mastiffs and a goat that went with her. And then once the sun rose, she then had 2 rats and a lion. Eventually found where you guys stashed the cart, was gently calling for Flea many times, to where she found out to no avail upon finding Pew. Thankfully, her lion didn't eat him right away, and led him to the little nook, the little alcove in the forest by the pool that Flea had taken all of her stuff, made a little nest, a little bed, painted a very crude, not good picture of her on the stones, and did the deed. And he is no longer with us. So I asked these guys beforehand, do we want to start with Kallista? Do we want to start with the boys? And we decided to start with the boys. So, Nigel looks excited.
He's super excited, apparently.
Okay, so let's say it's the morning after all of the best man speech. You know, we've all kind of let it all kind of simmer in, and I'd say everybody's at the at the breakfast table. Can we start there? Is that cool?
We can't. If you guys wanted the full day to go by and nothing to kind of happen, that is fine by me.
That's fine with me. Is that cool with y'all?
That's cool with me.
That's fine. Okay.
I didn't have anything else to do. It was going to be like riffing for.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no. I got this covered. Don't worry, guys. Okay. All right. So everybody's
morning.
Brush off the shoulders a little bit.
Nigel just had to go lay down after that. Like he couldn't do anything else for the rest of the day. All of his plans were screwed.
Yeah.
That's very responsible. Can I just say that's very responsible and actually very uncharacteristic of Nigel to say I shouldn't do anything else after that.
I need to go lie down before I do something.
I think Og and Steven might have had a little bit to do with that, with realizing that the whole town hates his dad.
Yeah, I'm real messed up. So here we go. So guys, like I think we could all agree that yesterday really fucking sucked. And you know what? As I was just laying in bed, just staring at the ceiling, I also realized I feel really bad that none of us went with Kallista. So here's what I want to do as kind of a like...
Really?
As kind of like, I'm sorry, we should have like a big party set up for when her and Flag get back. You know, banners and like party hats and everything. Just really go all out. What do y'all think?
I'm going to interject and say, I think this isn't Nigel, this is Les trying to make a scene and metagaming and knowing what already happened. There's no way Nigel would ever. Nigel is going to want to welcome Flea with open arms. You're full of shit. You are full of shit.
Okay, but from a non-metagaming perspective, if Nigel even thinks there's the slightest possibility that Flea may have died or jumped ship and that Kallista's going to have to come back without him planning a welcoming party would be extremely in character and would be served as a purpose to cheer him up after how bad of a day he had yesterday. Like just the very day thought
Nigel
of
had
Flea,
yesterday. It's a party for Nigel. Really,
yes, it's a party for Nigel in the hopes that Flea does not come back.
See, this is kind of why I wish we'd never listened to like Lacey's part and then just kind of had it sprung on us.
See, that could have, yeah. And for next time, that's something that we could
in
do.
retrospect.
The bitch of that is that, you know, we didn't know how long things were going to go on. Like there's that just like timing aspect. But yeah, for next time, whenever I was going to say this
next time we split the party
again. Yeah.
Well, if that's the case and we're not back together yet, then should we just like remove headphones at that point?
If you want to, it's up to you.
I think next time this happens.
Okay. Next time we split. Okay.
We'll try to plan like a solo.
Or here's another thing. Not split.
You're not the boss of me. You're not the boss of me. You don't tell what to do.
So if we're gonna
Kallista will listen to you guys. She's great at listening up to this point. Don't get that slave. You're not the boss of me.
Well,
it's not a slave. It's a friend. It was a friend.
So Nathan, do we know like if we're not gonna let me do my like horrible like pity party, do we know where Danclaw's like last known whereabouts were?
I thought it was they told him it was like they saw him going towards the north to the
what I recall, the only thing that you guys, and I think it was from Baramy if I remember right, he went with like a dozen people and they just kind of went like head out of the city and went north. The only other thing that I think I may have told you guys, and it could have just been a throwaway thing, is there are like Goldcliff is known for its wealth, and there are plenty of parties around, whether they be nomadic or anything else, like barbarians or just like whatever.
Let's go check those guys out and see what's going on over there. Just kind of get like a little fact-finding missions before we do like some real damage. I can say this in care.
It's whatever you got. Yeah, I mean, we don't have to do everything. Yeah, you could leave the city. If you want and do that, you could check out other leads in the city. You could.
I think the only other lead in the city that we might get out of anybody would be our friend from the Battle of Torlek. Yeah, we could check there.
Let's go see what the hell's going on with her, so she can give us some sort of like
side quest.
Not side quest. But maybe so you can give us a little bit better of like understanding
intel, maybe.
Happened here.
Yeah, you can do that. Nigel, you know where the Temple of Bahamut is, just because I wouldn't say have been there. I don't think Nigel would go to the Temple of Bahamut for any reason unless it was for like a delivery or something, but just as far as it being in town and you being here, you know where things are. You know that the Temple of Bahamut it's fairly small. Like there aren't a huge number of Bahamut worshippers in Gold Cliff. Like the majority of the people are going to like worship Joaquin, the goddess of trade, or Timora, the goddess of good fortune, just to try to keep that, keep the money flowing and things like that. And those are probably the two biggest deities in Gold Cliff, is Joaquin and Timora.
Okay.
But there are smaller places, because it's even though it's all the majority white humans, everyone has their own god that they think they're going to do it, and sometimes it's just like the flavor of the week that, oh, that god's not doing anything for me, I'm going to go worship this god, because that seems like Gold Cliff to me. Yeah,
one thing
sure.
I do want to leave. One thing before we leave the Claw and Claw, I want to go to Dan Claw's office and see if I can find some more of those symbols anywhere that was on his claw, on that little card he left me.
Oh, look to see if that symbol is anywhere else on anything else in his study or anything.
Or in the Claw, just in general. See if I want to do kind of once around there. To see
okay, and did you? I can't remember. Did you share that info with all these guys? The card.
No, I don't think I told them anything about any of that stuff.
Yeah, so you can absolutely look by yourself. If you want to tell these guys, you can.
Yeah, let me tell. Like, so hey guys,
you can all do it.
I'll do that. Like, so hey guys, I totally forgot to mention, I found this card in my father's safe. And it's got these runes on it. I think this might mean something. So why don't we, before we go and see our friend, kind of see if we can find anything about these runes in the Claw and Claw.
Oh, let me see that. Can I do like a Arcana check on it, or
on the? Well, what are you looking for on the card specifically? If you recognize,
if I recognize the symbol, yeah. If I recognize the symbol from anywhere else besides like what you said with him, just like the.
Yeah. So if you're looking for symbol, it's going to be either history, just to see if you just kind of the knowledge and nature of it, anywhere in like text. If you're wanting to know if it has anything to do with worshiping, you can do religion. I suppose you can do insight if you really want to just see if you have any instinctual thoughts about this.
I'll do.
But yeah, I would say insight, religion, or history. Og, you're welcome to as well. Are you still rolling? Oh wait.
We had one more. We had one more night's sleep.
We slept. I will have given him.
Then that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So, oh my God, you guys. Oh my God, Og's back. Og's back to full strength. We haven't had this.
Og is back to 100%.
Real time, like 3 months probably.
I feel the power.
Like it happened. What Og started his sleepies like right before you guys got to Rockport.
Yes.
And never shook it. This is a really momentous thing. I think we should take a moment and just. How do you feel
about runes? But you look great, Fred.
Og feels
those bags I just thought were like permanent fixtures under your eyes. They're gone now.
I just thought you looked tired, and that was just kind of like your thing. But you know what? You look great.
Here's something fun. If Les and I both just put our cameras off and speak, if you guys can tell who's Nigel and who's not. That's really the game.
It's real fun.
All right, continue. I mean, we could do the same thing with Steven if you really want to.
I don't feel like Og's voice is too.
Og's just Og. I don't think it was
talk slow and refer to yourself in the third person, and you sound like Og.
So Steven, if you history, not Arcana, history, insight, or religion, if you're wanting to recognize anything, and it just depends on what you pick, what you roll, the info that you will get.
I did a dirty 20 in religion.
Dirty 20 in religion, nice. So you can tell that it's not a particular god in there's not one god in particular this could be that you recall of like all of this stuff matching up. Some things kind of switch out a little bit. There's Lyra, the goddess of illusion, has a triangle that is in there. I should have had all this stuff looked up. Like there are people that worship the moon and like stars and things like that, all that in there. But there's no one particular god that you're like, oh, this right here is for this person. Like,
yeah,
100%.
it was. I was mainly looking for, if there was something that I recognized out of it that might give us a direction to go, as far as familiar. Like if it matched with Bahamut or one of the other religions that would give us a lead.
The other one, as far as like moon and starbursts and things like that, there's Corellon Larithian, which is an elf deity of art and magic. So like there are like a couple things that it could draw off of, but nothing that you're just like, oh, that's 100% it. Cianine Moonbow is a goddess of the moon, an elf goddess of the moon. But nothing that you're just like, oh, all of this together is
okay.
Is Danclaw an elf or like half elf?
I don't believe so. I don't think you ever said anything other than he's just human, Nigel, when you came up with this stuff.
Out of curiosity,
he's like a human werewolverine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you forgot about that little bit, didn't you?
I did forget about the werewolverine crap.
What religion is Danclaw? Like, is Danclaw religious even?
No, he has no religion. No,
probably not. I would say probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing.
Did we decide what class he was? Did we decide he was a sorcerer?
I just assumed he was a wizard.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
I rolled an 11 on insight just to see if any of this makes sense to him. Now that he's feeling sharper than usual.
Yeah, exactly. Just looking at it, Og. I mean, there's the sun. Could be about the day. There's a moon. It could be about the night. The star. There's stars at night. They're big and bright. And deep in the heart of Best Bluff. And then all these things are in the sky. It could be the sky. Like there are like things that Og's brain is putting together, but nothing that just like there's a lot of possibilities, but nothing.
Og thinks just a landscape portrait.
Pretty doodle.
Perhaps Danclaw was thinking of changing professions to become professional gardener.
Yeah, maybe Danclaw liked astronomy. Maybe it was for a new show. I don't know.
So let's just kind of before we go out, let's just kind of walk around and see if we can find any of these rooms anywhere. Okay, so that's an investigation?
Investigation,
roll, right?
I'd imagine.
That'd be investigation. You guys can do it. Individually, or you can give Nigel advantage, whichever.
I'll 21.
I'll give you. Well, I was going to say I'll give you advantage because Og has -1 to investigation, but
Nigel just rolled once, I assume.
Yeah, I just rolled a 21.
Okay. Do you want to roll again?
I can.
If these guys are giving you advantage.
Sure, I'll give you advantage.
Yeah, go ahead. Take advantage.
Okay, that one was a 13, so I think I'm going to stick with the 21.
Stick with the 21.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like the sun, the moon, the stars, pyramids, like there are these symbols that are around on different books, on different just like tricks, artifacts, decorations, but nothing where they are all together in the same place in the same configuration as what's on this card.
Okay, well, let's go see what's her face where's Masu?
The Genevieve at the half-elf priestess of Bahamut.
Yeah, Nigel just shrugs like, yeah, whatever, and then like just starts walking out the door.
Okay, since we are in the same time frame of things now, Kallista, do you want us to jump over to you since it is now the morning with these guys as well, or do you want to keep going, boys? It's up to you guys.
Where are we as far as
can Kallista
is she almost back yet, or
so if you guys are in the morning and you're gonna have to leave, she has like just discovered Flay because she took a little nappy nap. It wasn't a full rest.
Oh yeah, okay.
But she took a little
we
nap
still have
we
still have a day to kill technically before she would be on
so
her way back.
we're caught up in time, but we're not back together.
Yeah,
exactly. So I didn't know if you wanted like both things to start moving along or just stick with these guys and go to you.
I'm okay going back and forth.
That's fine. This is not going to take me that long. I hope not.
Okay, you don't know. So Kallista, we'll flash back to Kallista. So you guys are getting ready to leave. You head out of the Claw. Stephen and Og, I assume you guys are still in your disguises.
Nope.
Did you remove them at night?
No, I liked mine. I slept in it.
Okay.
Og's is mostly just a hood. So
Okay. All right. So Kallista, swapping back to you. So you are standing over this pile that you just uncovered and found Fle's body, cold and stiff and full of puncture wounds. What would you like to do?
I
after she stopped screaming.
take a moment. Think
I
about my
assume
poor
there's
friend.
a shrug in there.
I call the lion over and I put Fle on his body, like to
Oh,
carry him
I thought you were
back to
gonna
the
have
carriage.
Lion eat the
I thought the
evidence.
lion was going to.
But I was right there. I was like,
The
we're
lion's
gonna
not
have a
gonna eat
meeting.
him, okay? He was my friend, guys. He was my friend.
You just slay him. He's dead. Let's just be real about it.
We can ask our one consistent viewer, and that can be up for debate. We can research that for next time. Was Fle indeed Kallista's friend?
I went back
was
for it.
Kallista Fle's friend? Let's say that. There's no
Oh,
Yeah.
there's no the other way.
that's better. Okay,
All right, continue. Yes, what? So Fle is draped over the lion.
to be carted back, and I want to look through the pile of stuff, my stuff, etc.,
Okay.
and find my Bahamut medallion. So
Okay.
investigation.
I don't think we need to. I mean, if you left it there and he just went through and took stuff, it's gonna be there.
I gave it to him as like a, I'm coming back kind of thing. Like it was a whatever.
Oh well, yeah. Let me. I'll do this.
See if it's clutched in Fle's hand.
See what happened to it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You find it. It's amongst the stuff. It's not on him. It's not destroyed. It's not marred. As angry as he was at you or upset or depressed or whatever, he wouldn't have defiled something in representation of the dragon god. Like that would have been pretty bad. So yeah, it's how you gave it to him. It's there.
So
I was gonna see if he did mess it up or try to destroy it or anything, but
I'm not worried about the rest of the stuff. I'm gonna go back to the cart, put Fle in the back of the cart. Is the cart like rollable? I mean, I know it's like.
Yeah, it was like he didn't beat the hell out of it. He didn't try to torch it or anything like that. Like it's still pretty much how you guys left it in the condition, other than things just kind of being thrown all over the place.
No sign of the horses.
Well, you didn't ask yet. Throw a perception check for me, because I already rolled for it.
Normal roll. Can I do that with advantage? Since I have the lion helping me check.
What did you roll?
It was a 22.
Oh, well, then you need that advantage, huh?
No.
The horses are not like strapped to the cart, but they're not far away. Like they had a little area set up that he tried to set up for the horses, so they wouldn't get away, but they could just like have access to stuff. So yeah, he took care of the horses. So they are still there. They're not dead. They're not run off. They're not stolen. They are there. You said you rolled a 22?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You do hear something approaching you. The general area, just kind of someone walking through the forested area. Rocks being kicked, twigs cracking, things like that.
Cool. I am going to put my hood up and just watch and see what's up, and have my lion and my rats on high alert. I'm just ready to do stuff.
Yeah, those rats, they need to be on high alert.
They're going to give tetanus.
So you're just standing out in the middle of the field with your hood up?
Nah, not in the middle of the field. Like over towards the cart.
Okay. Let me look up one thing really quick. So I have where is it? Oh, you son of a bitch. There it is. Okay. All right. So yeah, you hear footsteps getting closer to you. You don't know if someone is actively searching or they're just kind of passing through. But it's getting you can tell it's getting a little bit closer. Stepping a couple times and it stops.
Like
moving on. So it's like
headed right towards me, basically.
I don't know if it's necessarily right towards you. It's a general vicinity, probably.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy to cause tremors on the ground in that direction.
Okay. All right. So things are getting closer to you. You hit that. It definitely stops.
Cause thaumaturgy to have a little whispers in that general direction over there, far away. And look and see.
Just general whispers, just
ominous whispers is all it says. Yes.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you hear some shuffling, but it doesn't really like retreat, or you don't hear an oh shit and like run away or anything like that.
Who goes there?
Just the travelers in search of someone who summoned me.
Is it a male or female voice?
It's a male voice.
The fuck?
I'm gonna step out with my lion like in front of me, like.
Okay.
And
so you're actually gonna look and see who it is.
Yes, I want to see who it is.
Okay. All right. So you walk forward, and it's kind of like he's on the other side of like kind of the sheet, the wall of leaves and sticks, and like just the kind of ghillie sheet that Fled made for you guys at the very beginning to hide everything. And this thing had a very good perception check, so it's like definitely looking and could tell that something wasn't right about where you were. It wasn't natural. So he's kind of looking around, and so are you like peeking around it? Are you gonna go like through it?
Oh no, I'm gonna step straight into the open with my lion, like.
You're just going forward. Okay,
yeah.
Great. No, I love it. Okay, you go for it. Do you say anything?
No, I just cause my voice to be louder, and my eyes to change color in flames. That's it. Just menacing.
Okay, just an aura. All right, throw an intimidation for me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you see.
It is
how this thing may react.
10. It's a 10. Wait, with advantage with a lion?
No.
Damn. All right, cool.
So you jump around and your lion's all grr, and you light your eyes up and you're trying to, do you throw your hood back now? You give him the full view?
The full demon.
All right, awesome. So you throw it back, and there is a humanoid that is standing there. They are armored up in scale mail. There is a pole that they have in their hand, that goes from about the ground up to probably shoulder. On the shield that this humanoid has, it is a symbol that you have seen before, and it is a white heart. The other thing you see is the pole doesn't have anything, like it looks like a spear, but there's no tip to it. Upon looking further, there is the head of a trident that has been removed from this pole and is hanging on the belt of this person. And as you see and you hear this voice, you discover that you recognize this figure standing here. And it just says, "Oh, Kallista, there's no need for that. When did you get a lion?" And genuine kind of joy kind of sprouts on this person's face. And do you know who it is?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Quentin.
Yeah, who is it?
It's the Leonin Paladin.
Nope.
It's fucking Quentin.
It is not.
Good.
No, they got scale mail on. It's not Quentin.
It is not. So this is, he says, "You have a lion. That's great.
Is it the dwarf?"
Next time, Baylor? No, it's not Baylor.
Fuck.
Because next time you call for a ride, you should probably stay in the same place. I've been searching for about 2 days. And this is your, well, you see right away, it is a Triton. And you recognize your paladin friend from months and months ago, Aaron Whitecap.
Okay. Ha! Oh, Oren. You know, I tried to eat those cookies that I got that day that we met, and I discovered they had just disintegrated. I was so sad. Do you remember that from that nice druid?
Absolutely, they weren't really my taste though. So, the ship is gone. They had things to do. I stayed behind because if you called, surely you needed someone, and just by the grace of Rao, I found you. So I'm here to assist. Do you need the boat?
No, I don't think we do at this time. However, if they can get us to Arcove quickly and safely, that would be helpful, but we must go back and get Nigel and the others first.
I mean, the boat could take us in the general area. Getting to Arcove would be a little, I don't want to be rude, but you don't have gills. It could be a problem. I don't know if you have other methods. If so, great. I don't mean to assume, but they could get us in the general area. I myself have been there before, so I could pose as a guide if need be. But what business do you have in Arcove?
We are returning the trident of the Triton hero at the fall of Torlek. That guy. He was a Triton.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a guy.
He's a wonderful gentleman.
Was it
I
even
just
a
wrote
man?
Arcove Trident. That's all I wrote. I'm sorry.
Okay. Says, yes, I've heard about the Torlek business. It seemed like a ghastly affair. So you're returning something to Arcove.
Yes, from one of the fallen champions, and to further secure that the Tritons are with Lady Shrewsbury and the others should Torlek return, should danger return.
I see. Yes, I would be happy to assist. You mentioned Nigel. I don't see him here. Where is he?
We must go back to Goldcliff. I was here in search of a friend, but as you can see from the back of the cart, my friend has passed on. I don't suppose you have any ways to bring a dearly departed friend back who's passed on in perhaps 2 days or so.
Oh, my though I am blessed in many ways by Rao, I do not have the power to do that myself. I could perhaps ask and see if Rao and his benevolence could do anything, but I do not have the power myself, only what he bestows upon me.
I understand. Would you like to come with me to Goldcliff to get back to Nigel and Og and the others?
Absolutely. If you're in need of getting to Arcove, I'm happy to help however I can. I've been there before. I have a few people that I know that I've become friends with, and I'm happy to assist how I can.
Wonderful. Let's go. Take this horse.
Okay.
This is my old horse, and this is the rental that I'll just hitch up to the wagon.
Okay. Alrighty. So you guys just gather everything and you're headed back to Goldcliff with your buddy?
Yes.
Okay.
So are you just gonna drag Flez's body with you, or give him a burial at least?
I'll set his body on fire once I know I can't bring him back for sure.
Oh, Viking funeral.
It's the dragon funeral.
Hmm.
Hey, you just gotta let that little dragon boy go. This is now in the creepy point of like fucking psycho.
Zombie minion sounds amazing. Okay.
Kallista
He
knew
already,
that
he already smells bad, so yeah, how much worse could he smell?
the jeweler's kit didn't pay off. She's going to look into taxidermy, and she is a fresh corpse right here.
It's taxidermy and mage hand to just sort of
cleric,
move him
necromancy.
around.
Mage hand ventriloquism.
Yes.
I'm working on my
Yeah.
necromancy skills. I got necromancy to the fire.
Okay. So
use him like a little puppet.
so I'll have Aaron ask on behalf of Rao. there is no answer on his god's direct line.
Onward.
So he's just he's basically says, I'm sorry, there's nothing that I can do. I've asked, but I have not heard.
Pretty sure the god said he's better this way.
Okay, so you guys are heading back. It's broad daylight. You have a companion. You have a map. You've been to Gold Cliff now, so you don't really have to go do all the rigmarole that we did beforehand. So anything else that you want to ask of Aaron or do before we switch back over to the boys?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
Cool. All right, boys, we're back to you. So you have now left the Claw on the Claw, and you're headed to the Temple of Bahamut?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Everyone can roll a perception for me, if you would. Whoops.
Yay.
That's going back. Yay! No disadvantage. No disadvantage. Og's so happy. Bust out that nat 20, Og.
No, it's 11. 11.
I got an 11.
I got a dirty 20.
Your first no disadvantage, and it's a 1.
No, I only have like +4 to perception, so it was a 7.
Oh, okay. Okay, 11 and what?
11, 11, and dirty 20, I think, from Steven.
Okay, gotcha. Steven, I will say you recognize it first. You other guys that can see it once it's called out. But as you are going around, making your way through the streets, heading towards the temple, Steven, you know that someone's following you.
Okay. I'm gonna alert my compatriots to that fact. Gentlemen, don't make it obvious, but there's somebody following us.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. So like, seeing how this is the city that I know, would I know like to way to find like a back alley and to like maybe like get this person turned around on us and maybe like.
I would say, well, what's the plan? What are you going to try to do? Like, you're going to try to like, well, you tell me. I'm not going to give you any ideas. You tell me.
I want to get him down an alley, and then I'm going to teleport behind him, and then get him kind of locked into a lock like this, you know, kind of all sides.
You want to give him a little pincer?
Yeah, do a temporal pincer move.
Okay. I mean, yeah. You know all the narrow, shady, dark, shadowy alleys in Gold Cliff here.
Okay, so I'm going to use my telepathy, let the boys know what's going on, and then I'm just going to lead them down into an alley, and then I'll use my. Where's it at?
Don't you have limited uses of that per day?
Yeah, but we're just I can use it once a day.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna fuck it and use it right now. Why not? And then kind of so like lead him down the alley, and then I want to pump behind him. So then we've surrounded the guy.
All right, so you're not trying to be stealthy at all as far as like where you're going. So
no.
They follow. You're just
I want him to follow us down to a dark alley, and then I want to teleport behind him.
Okay, so you guys turn down. You head down an alley. How far down are you going, and how are you making sure that they're following?
So we're just kind of like loudly talking, you know, like, I really can't wait to see our friend at the Bahamut church, blah, blah, blah. But hey, I know a shortcut. Let's go down here. And I'm saying it very loudly. And then are you setting up where it's an actual way that could take you to the. Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we're taking the shortcut. I'd say we're like halfway in between like a building to where you could almost not see the road anymore. And then that's I want to do the pincer.
Okay, gotcha. When you throw your cape over you and throw it back, are you gonna well, it's Nigel, so I assume you're gonna make a big to do and give a speech or something. What do you say once you throw this cape back?
So I throw the cape back. I pop behind the person. At this point, let me roll a investigation and see if I recognize this son of a bitch.
This should be perception if you're gonna recognize.
All right. What does a 15 get me?
Okay, so you what do you say when you pop out? Are you like to make your presence known?
Hey, friend, I see you're going to the Temple of Bahamut as well. Why don't you tell me your name?
Okay, so you guys are walking. Nigel just kind of, I assume, stops and lets you guys keep going, and then he just throws it around and throws himself in and says exactly what that is. And the first thing that you realize, Nigel, is as soon as you throw this off of you, you are in the exact same space that you were. You did not travel. You did not teleport. You are still standing just right like 5 feet from your friends, shouting out to this person down the alleyway.
Well,
number one.
Huh?
I said number one. That's the number one thing. So you do it and you go, "Hua!" And you just kind of go. The cape did not work for some reason. The second thing that you recognize, I'll just use that same roll. This is rolling low. So the person that is standing quite a ways down from you now, first off, you see like a quick like jerk up, like they've been seen, the jig is up, they've been caught. Face is covered, hood put up, it's in a big cloak, purple cloak, they're black gloves on their hands, boots, and they as they kind of perk up, they look behind them a little bit and they start walking towards you guys. And they reach up with their hands and they grab the hood and just slowly pulls it back, and
my
the first
sword
thing
is
you guys
coming out.
see, your sword is coming out. Okay.
Yeah.
The first thing that you guys see is just a flash of red hair, pretty pale skin, full lips, big kind of bright blue eyes, and you hear, "Oh my God, Nigel!" And immediately after that, as you hear a big shing as a sword is unsheathed from its sheath, then a scream from this person. Nigel, you know who this is immediately. This is Natty Scarjo, and she has been an assistant of Dan Claw on and off throughout many years. You know she's a friend. You're not always happy with her decisions because she kind of does what has been best for her in her own kind of career and making whatever's best for Natty. So she's worked for Dan Claw, she's worked for the physician, she's worked for other troops, she's worked for other things, just hopping around for whatever is like the most popular, it's going to make her the most money. It's never anything that's been like malicious. Her loyalty is mainly to herself, but there was never a doubt in your mind that she cared about you and Dan Claw and Cuddle. And for anyone in Goldcliff, this was probably safe to say Nigel's probably first, second, third, fourth, like huge crush of just like someone that he felt attracted to and someone was kind to you.
I got you.
Yeah. So she sees you and is immediately is wide-eyed and kind of mouth open that you're back and says your name, and then Steven unsheathes his sword intimidatingly and she screams.
Yeah, but hey, yeah, you can calm down there, Natty.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
put it
cool.
away.
Yeah, guys, this is my old friend Natty. Natty, this is my friend Steven and Og. Why are you following us? You could have just said hi instead of being all creepy and following me.
She she after the sword is away, she like hurriedly runs up to you and just like gets down on her knees and like grabs you and pulls you in and just starts crying.
Yeah, very awkward little penguin, doesn't know what to do, doesn't like this one bit. So he starts
Nigel really has a way with the ladies.
I would say so. Look at that. Look at her.
She's just like, what? Where are you? Where have you been? So much has happened. Did you hear? I just can't. Like all these words coming out, just basically like, where have you been? When did you get back? Did you know? Oh, your father. He's gone. He's gone. Where is it? We don't know. How are you? And it's just kind of like overlapping and kind of repeating herself.
Yeah, so I kind of give her the same spiel I've been giving everybody else. Questing, returning artifacts, fighting dragons, dying, making dark pacts, doing my thing. I came back. We kind of were in a tight spot, and as like a Hail Mary, we kind of just appeared here in Goldcliff. And then everything seemingly has gone to shit in the past 6 months, rather quickly and rather spectacularly, it seems here. And kind of not leave until I figure out what the hell's going on with my father.
She kind of wipes her eyes off, and she's just, after she's listening to your story, she says, well, you have to be careful that your father's name has been dragged just through the mud by everyone here since he's left, and it seems like he has hardly any friends anymore, and people are, you've been in town for a couple days, people are starting to figure it out, and if I know, then many other people know that you're here, and I'm afraid for you, and I don't want anything to happen to you.
Yeah, like I get that, but I think we'll be okay if anyone tries. Like, I'm not really worried about anyone harming me at this point in my adventuring, let's just say.
She chuckles a little bit and she's just like shakes her head.
Well, and also he's got people with him now for like the first time, which gives him like a little bit more confidence than he normally would have.
So Nigel's more cocky than normal.
Like I'm not I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got this like big dope half orc here, and then this like really violence driven halfling. So I think we're doing okay.
She just kind of chuckles and shakes her head, and she just goes, oh, same old Nigel, always overconfident. And that is what really has got you in trouble your entire life, not thinking anything's going to happen. And I'm telling you that in this situation, you need to be careful. And I don't care if anyone, don't be careful for you, because you've never been that way. Be careful for me, and be careful for Cuddle. And for your father, if he's she kind of chokes up a little when she says, takes a deep breath, says, if he's still alive.
Where was the last place anyone saw him? I keep just hearing he went to the north and never came back. And
that's really
I'm also quite bothered by no one thinks that he's dead. They just think he abandoned the city when he obviously was going out looking for the governor.
Says no one really knows. No one that went with him came back, and all we know is the direction he left town on, because we just heard rumors and whisperings, and no one has seen him since then. So either he's dead, or he's been in hiding, or he's held prisoner. We just don't know. And the new, and she kind of rolls her eyes and has to force the word out and says, governor has been just saying the same nonsense over and over again about how he left and abandoned, and these people, as you know, as easily led as they are in their lives, just ate it up.
I hate to interrupt. What did you say your name was again? I'm Steven. I apologize for the sword. I'm a little sketchy around here.
She gives she like kind of straightens up and throws on like her performance shoes for a second, and just kind of like strikes a slight pose and like gets in the right light, throws her hands up. She's like, my name is Natty Scarjo.
Natty?
Yes, Natty Scarjo.
Natty Scar. Nice to meet you, Natty. I'm just kind of wondering. We went to this governor, as you so eloquently put it. We went to his speech the other day, and it seems like this town really, really doesn't like anybody that's associated with Danclaw. I'm wondering, I hear you say to be careful, especially for you and for Cuddle. And are there others that are in support still of Danclaw, or is it basically just you and Cuddle and us?
Says, well, that's the thing. I can speak for myself. I can speak for Cuddle, but those that may not come forward because as Nigel can tell you, for people in this town that for whatever reason go against the grain, they're looked down on. That could affect their income, their wealth, their standing, their reputation, God forbid their name. And they just sometimes shut up and roll with it. And so it's very hard to tell. And those people that may come about and say something, it would not be wise to spread it. I know of a few that may, but who knows? As the day goes on, it seems like people's minds change. When the new governor came in, there were people that questioned him, that didn't believe him, and those people have since changed their minds.
Well, the reason I ask is if we were to uncover evidence of say Danclaw hasn't actually disappeared, and there is information that we know he's here somewhere and he's being held captive or whatever by Bestman, would there be people who would rally to our cause, or would we be all alone in this fight?
Well, I really couldn't say. People that are very fervent about our new governor are very they're very, let's say, passionate about him and his ideas. If you were to find something and present it, it would have to be one hell of an item. If you found him himself, that would be.
That's the goal. That's the goal. We want to find him. We have this whole big thing that's going on, but this is priority number one at the moment.
Yeah. So, fellas, here's what I'm hearing. Either we find evidence, or we take Natty here, old Cuds, take him to Bark Hollow, and then just burn this son of a place down.
No,
so no on the burning.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, my aversion to fire
is even just like she just kind of rolls her eyes.
There are innocents here.
Oh, Nigel,
not everybody's
the same.
Not everybody's drinking.
I feel like this isn't the first time Nigel has suggested just burning Goldcliff to the ground.
Yeah,
probably.
Exactly. That's not. Like, already back in town and back with the burning, are we?
Yeah.
This is Nigel's go-to.
Yeah, I think it is in Goldcliff. He really doesn't like Goldcliff.
There was one time where Nigel was taken to the keep due to some, well, let's just say what it was, thieving. And he was, pretty much grounded for about a month. And that's when the burning talk started. It was the first one I recall anyways.
To be fair, the hat was very nice. But Natty, do you recognize this? And then I hand her the card that Danclaw had left, and see if she can. Like, my father, I think he left this for me, and I'm just trying to. I can't seem to decipher what's going on here.
Okay, she looks at it and.
Can I roll insight quick? Just because I don't know her, can I roll insight on her to make sure that she's legit on the up and up and not just using her old status?
Sure.
That is a 17.
From what you can tell, things that she's saying are truthful. She seems genuinely concerned and caring for Nigel and about Goldcliff and herself and just things that are going on. You don't detect any outright lies.
Okay.
She looks at it and she says, she says, Nigel, I'm a little surprised that you didn't know right away that this isn't your dad's handwriting. I don't know how much that you've you recognize it or care if you just kind of skim through and read the words. But yeah, this, with as much as I've worked with him and had to forge his signatures at times, that's not his handwriting.
Son of a bitch! And then I'm gonna stare at it real hard, and then I guess roll. What do I need to roll, Nathan?
For what are you trying to do?
To see if I can figure out whose fucking handwriting that is, if I recognize it.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I just the fucking penguin grabs the card, says "son of a bitch," and then just starts
it's just staring at it wide-eyed. Do you have any proficiencies in like the like calligrapher's kit or anything like that?
But I have.
I think Kallista the forger.
Or like forgery, yeah.
I've got cartography tools, thieves tools.
No, that wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
No. Okay. This would, I guess, investigation.
All right.
If you just
pull out the penguin dice for this one. Oh, thank God. 19 plus 22.
You have seen things similar to this a lot, mainly with things having to do with banners, promotions, what the hell, like pamphlets, things like that, that all have to do with the physician, like shows, advertisements. So you've seen something similar to this, and from just things you could tell with like swoops in the R's and things like that, and you're just like kind of doing the Rain Man putting things together, or the Zach Galifianakis and fucking the Hangover, like just like putting all these things together and they're just like fitting in place. So
yeah, so like,
that's what you can tell.
This Bruce's handwriting?
It does seem similar.
Son of a bitch!
And this was in Dan Claw's. Well, I don't know how he could have gotten in there. I mean, I know you've tried many times and never succeeded. I will admit I've tried a couple times just to see if I could give it the old college try, but yeah, that was hard. I don't know. And when would he have even been in there? I don't know. I could ask him.
Are you working for him?
Well, Nigel, your dad left. I need to eat.
That's fair.
I know how you feel about him. I know how Dan Claw felt about him, but what else was I supposed to do? Go work for MacGuffin? He's an asshole. His show has sucked for 3 years. No one goes to see MacGuffin anymore.
No.
What's he going to pay me in? Copper? And she just starts laughing.
Nigel sighs real deeply. It's like, well, it was nice seeing you again, Natty. We're going to go do what we were doing beforehand. And then if you hear anything about the professor, breaking into my father's safe and possibly, making him disappear, you just let us know. And I kind of like pat her on the arm and I just start walking towards the Temple of Bahamut.
Well, where are you going? What are you doing?
We've got obviously this has been going on for quite a while and you figured nothing out. So we're going to go figure out what the hell's been going on. And then if you want to catch up, just meet us back at the Claw and Claw. And then he just chunks like the deuce at her and just like starts walking.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Natty.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really want to let her know anything more than what,
Okay.
She's goddamn Catwoman. I don't need to let her know fucking anything.
Okay.
I don't fucking trust her. I don't fucking trust her as far as I can see her. Or throw her. And I can't throw her very far. Because I'm a little penguin man.
Yeah, I can't do it. Well, she's not super heavy. All right, so you guys are headed to Temple Bahamut.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. You arrive. Yeah, no issues.
Again, Nigel just keeps saying "son of a bitch" now, like constantly. Every time we're walking, just like a loud like "son of a bitch," and then just like walking, you
His
see him
favorite McDonald's is gone. It's a Burger King now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
I would burn this to the fucking ground. Let's
gonna
go
burn down
to
the
the
building.
church.
So yeah, you guys make it to the Temple of Bahamut. Nothing else going on. You are you just going about as normal? Are you trying to stick to alleyways?
No, he's out in the open. He doesn't give a fuck right now. Now, I guess
Okay.
like let me look her like, hey, what do y'all want to do? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if someone comes at me, they're gonna come at me. We can go in the back alleys to get there, or we can just walk down the street like normal people. Like,
As much as we can handle ourselves, it might be better to stick. We're not going to get anything solved if they throw us in jail. We can handle ourselves for a while, but you think of the mob mentality.
I got you. After we get a little bit away from Maddie, I want to try and just see if my cloak still works.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to teleport like 5 feet ahead of me.
Okay. So you whip it around you, you throw it out, and you're still standing in the exact same space.
Didn't it have an activation word?
No.
Oh. Flourish.
Maybe try. Are you watching closely?
Okay, yeah, I got you. Are you watching closely? I go like wah, and then like wah again, and then like
You're just talking to yourself in the middle of the street now.
okay.
Shit. Well, it was worth a
Well,
shot.
here, let me try something else, and then I'm gonna just cast. Let me look at my old spells here. Let me try a good old mage.
In the middle of town here. What?
We're in the alley. I want to pick up some
Okay.
like trash with the mage hand and try and chunk it down the
Oh, okay.
alley.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you whisper your words. You look at a half-eaten turkey leg, and you grab it with your mage hand and just throwing it around and just
Scared me.
goes down.
Okay.
Yeah, mage hand's working.
And then I'm going to watch a movie when I'm bringing the dog's food out.
So if you want to try to find out anything that's going on with your cloak, you can do one of two things.
Mm-hmm.
You can Arcana roll or you can History roll.
They're the same. I'll do Arcana.
Okay. Yeah, depending on what you do will be the information I give you.
16 Arcana.
Seawater
total?
washed the magic out.
Yeah. You didn't use the right detergent. So that magic went right out. So you are looking at it, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. The couple times that you've done it, like you felt this work before, and go do different things and make you like blip and go. From what you can tell with going through all this stuff is there is nothing magical about this cloak anymore.
Son of a bitch. So I got sold a bum cloak.
Well, I'll tell you this, which is something that I told you guys in Rockport about the Gentleman's Fancy, is if there was a fantasy Yelp, he did not have 5 stars. There were mixed and matched reviews. Some good, some bad.
So it probably was had a certain amount of charges it could be used for that you've gone through.
Yeah.
And you got all this stuff for super cheap.
Yeah.
You gave numbers and he didn't even blink an eye. And he was like, yes, of course.
Yeah. So
I like you guys.
Takes off his cloak, like son of a bitch, and then just throws it in Abe, puts his fucking hat back on, and then he's just, this is not his day, so he's just keeps on walking to church.
You seem angry.
Yeah, it's not things are going great, Abe. Here's a cloak for you, and then have fun, and then just.
Okay, so yeah, you guys make it to the temple. You rap on the door. There's an attendant comes out, priestess. Just welcome to the Temple of Bahamut. How may we help you today? Where are you here for donations? Do you need prayer? You need confession.
I would. We're looking for Genevieve. Was her last name Jones?
Yeah.
Okay. We're looking for
What
Genevieve
business?
Jones.
Well, what business do you have with Sister Jones?
Well, we
saved her from a dungeon, and we just kind of wanted to check up on her and see how she's been doing. You know, adventurer stuff.
You know. She says she's busy at the moment. You may wait here if you would like, and she opens up the door for you guys.
You could tell her Stephen, Nigel, and Og are here. Maybe that might change things.
Absolutely, I will go inform her. And she kind of leads you guys into just a little area. Again, it's not a huge temple. It's let's say like 15 pews deep on each side as far as like the worshiping area. And then she goes into the back area. And you guys are hanging out for a little bit. There are a couple people here. It's by no means like heavy and bustling. Like, it's not completely full. Nigel, you know that there's not a whole lot of Bahamut worshipers, that these might be people that are just kind of, they're Bahamut light. They're testing it out, seeing if anything good comes from giving the dragon god some gold. And so you guys are waiting for a little bit.
While we're waiting, can I do like a religion check to see if there's any like traditions or anything that they have that I might know to pay my respects to their god?
Oh, sure. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Ooh, 24.
Okay. They what did I say?
Like if it's just straight up donations, like I'll donate, but like I was thinking if they had anything special that I could do that I would know that not just the average person would know to show my respects to them.
They really love it when you go up to the altar and cut your wrist and just let it go for like 5 minutes. No, they
okay.
Not for the dragon god.
Yeah, no, they so yeah, donations are always a big thing. If there is ever something that you have come across that's like it's now yours, it wasn't yours, it's been like recovered, that was like from someone else, or like anything like that, that it didn't initially belong to you, so it's not, even though it's in your possession now, it is not yours. And giving that up, if it has value or anything like that and can be used to better other people, that's like a big kind of selfless thing, that's what I would say.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting there, then I will just go up.
That's not me suggesting you drop the trident on the table and walk away.
No, the only thing that I picked up, is a miner's pick. Is the only thing that I picked up along the way besides gold. So I'll just toss 20 gold in the offering.
Okay. Go for
it. Nathan?
Yeah.
I would like to roll performance on Og, because Nigel's super fucking bored, so he just starts doing sleight of hand tricks for Og.
Go ahead.
All right. Let me see here. I got...
Waste that nat 20.
Oh my god! I fucking critically failed, but because my my performance check is so fucking high, I still got a 10.
A critical fail is a critical fail.
You have so you would put a, hey Og, you want to see a trick? And I will say, so Nigel's go-to is like the coin behind his ear. How many times has he done that? So you try to make something come out from behind Og's ear, and you're like, hey, check this out. And you reach back and it just slips out of your flipper and dings on the floor. And you try to distract Og with like some of your magic. Or you like press a digitate, like, and he looks over, you're like, oh, hang on, and you grab it. It's like, that wasn't the trick. And you keep, like, you try a couple different times until you get it right. But you're just so flustered that you're trying to just like, what makes me happy? It's these stupid tricks. But you're just like, so like you get a flash of like Natty's face, or you get a flash of the physician up on the podium, and you just like drop it out of your hand because you're so pissed. Eventually it works, and I think Ogg's probably entertained.
As I'm
Ogg's
doing
enjoying
all this,
himself thoroughly.
I'm starting to think that Natty might have been the one that wrote this fucking card. Because she did talk about how like she's forged Dan Claw's signature, and goddamn, if she's forged Dan Claw's signature, she's probably forged the professor's signature as well.
Physician,
whatever.
I mean, you could have asked her follow-up questions, but you decided to insult and kind of be a dick. So
yeah,
That's kind of his style, though.
it is Nigel's go-to.
Yeah, he's not fucking a good person.
Oh, I don't think it was ever something that we questioned.
No.
So you guys are hanging out. Yeah, you drop some donations in. There's a little bell that rings once you drop it in there, and people recognize you and just kind of give you a nod. And then the priestess that led you guys in opens up the door in the back and just says, Miss Jones is available. She's very excited to see you. Please follow me. And you head back into a, it's not quite a chamber room, but it's a larger area. It's got some tables, flasks, supplies, probably alchemy supplies, things like that, where they probably do a number of things, make food, treat wounds, whatever. And she's back there. She was with a human that she's like kind of getting up off the table. And kind of leading him away and giving him some instructions and some prayers and things to think on, and lets him go on his way. And she sees you all come, and she just gets a big old smile on her face. She looks much better than when you guys saw her last. She was kind of very just ramshackle, dirty, a little thin. The brightness that you normally see in elves was kind of drained away, and she just looks like she is beaming. She's in her temple in her natural element. It's been a couple months, so she was able to recuperate, and she just like many elves do, looks stunning. And she just gets a big smile on her face and just says, Bahamut welcomes you in all of his glory. Welcome to my home and to Goldcliff. And she just comes up and reaches around, probably, I would say Og first. Reaches around Og, gives him a big hug, goes down to Stephen, goes down to Nigel. And she says, I'm so happy to see you all. It's been so long. I'm so happy that you finally came to see me. Tell me, where's your tiefling friend?
Well, she went on a little side thing to get she calls him a friend of hers, and she should be back within the day.
Hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
Why didn't not you accompany her?
My leg is a little bit injured, and it seems like the state of affairs in this town for old Nigel over here is not the best. So we stayed to keep him safe. We figured Kallista could handle herself quite well. Quick short trip on a horse and back shouldn't be too much trouble.
She says, yes, things in Goldcliff certainly have changed, and over time, certainly since I was taken, and but returning, it was wonderful, but also very, very strange. And but we're trying to do the best we can in the situation, helping who we can. And your leg, what happened to your leg?
Well, we had a little bit of difficulty on the last little trip to our cove, and ran into some trouble, and my leg was broken quite badly.
Oh, is it recovered? Has it been taken
It's
care of?
it's fixed. I had some doctors here take a look at it and do what they could with it, but it'll take about a week to be back to normal. But I should be okay.
She's, well, let me see if I can help. And she gestures to the table and asks you to step up. Okay. So you step up there and she starts just kind of like putting hands on you and assessing the situation and just says, well, you're in Cold Cliff. What brings you here now? I assume it's not just to see me. I mean, it's wonderful if that was the case. I'm very happy to see you, but is there anything that I may help you with? I owe you clearly a great debt, one that I aim to repay however I can.
So you know who Dan Claw is, correct?
Yes, I am familiar with Dan Claw. I'm not as familiar as others. I knew him, I knew of him. I never had any interaction with him, but I'm aware of his reputation and his unfortunate circumstance that seems to have befallen him.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out what happened to him, seeing as he's kind of my dad, and
She is kind of squints and I'm sorry. I am horrible with hiding my your father is Dan.
I see the
I don't
resemblance.
understand. I don't understand.
what the man raised me. He you know, fuck you. Like I don't have to explain myself and my family.
Adopted father.
Just I'm sorry. I did not mean to offend. I just when looking at the majority of people in this town, and again, no meaning to offend at all, looking at someone of your stature, it's confusing at first when hearing upon that. But yes, if he raised you, that makes more sense now. Yes, I do not know much beyond what has been around. There have been whispers and rumors and other things, and of course, our illustrious governor and his own thoughts and ideas. I stay out of politics. I don't like the man, frankly, and I don't like how things have changed in the air since he's come here.
Yeah, he's real shitty. I really don't know. Like I don't know what to say at this point. Nigel's having a real bad day.
Well, other than the regular air in Gold Cliff, do you recognize anything different? I don't know what necessarily abilities you possess, but there's, for me and the rest of us sisters in the temple, we just know that there's something in the air. Something is not right. It is sick.
Like magic sick, or like just kind of like Sixth Sense sick?
Something is
Darker?
It's darker. It's there's a foul air everywhere of almost sickness and disease, and I don't know where it's coming from necessarily, but it is. Oh no, that's no, my good man, it's not you. I can sense the radiance beaming off of you, but no, there's something since I've returned that has lingered in the air, and we have people that come to us for healing and ailments, and it just seems like it's gotten more frequent and more quantity. But that could just be Bahamut sending things for me to make up for lost time. I cannot tell.
Do you know where the sickness might be coming from? Like a center point?
Since I have been back, I have been trying to devote all of my time to the temple. I have not really gone out and let's say explored, and frankly, with things going on, this is where I can be of the most help. But it just seems like anytime the door is open, if I do step out to get supplies or anything else, it's apparent and overwhelming wherever I go.
Do you want Is there anyone else that you might have noticed this darkness that we might be able to speak to that's a little more learned about what's going on outside the church?
I mean, any of the sisters or brothers of the temple would be happy to discuss and give their own thoughts or experiences, but that's just what I could tell you. But they'd be happy to discuss. I've told them that anyone that has spoken to me since I've come back has known of the tale. They will be known that you are here and to help you any way that they can. Again, I know it is my debt to pay to you, but if I can help, if they can help, then that will just go far and beyond what I owe you and what I will continue to do and pray for. Stephen, she has been doing this and it kind of in the midst of everything when questions are asked, she's kind of like closing her eyes and saying some prayers and trying to do things. She did pretty well on a roll. So your leg, it's not quite like fully restored. She doesn't have the magics to get that, but just with kind of help from Bahamut, from her deity and her own abilities, she was able to repair a little bit more. So again, it's not fully healed. We said it was going to be a week before you were back to normal. Let's say you're good in about like another 2.5, 3 days.
Okay.
So it just lessened the healing time a little bit. She was able to mend a little bit better. And when everything is done with that, she just says, I wasn't able to fully restore your limb. I could tell that some things were piecing back together, and I hope that your healing does at least go a little bit smoother, a little faster from what I was able to do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah. Og, is there anything that I could do for you? I've helped Stephen with his leg. Nigel, I've tried to give as much information as possible. I don't know if Kallista is in need of any help that you are aware of.
Nothing Og can think of.
I can think of something odd.
Well,
yeah,
no,
maybe Steve
like
can figure
for Kallista augment. No, Og has been having trouble with something invading his dreams.
I've been able to keep it at bay with a spell, protection from evil, but without that, he can't sleep at night.
Og got very tired.
I would imagine so. Yes, I'm happy to help. Would it be outside? And this only happens when you sleep. Would it be outside of the realm of possibilities to invite you all to stay here, and I could witness you sleep and see if there's anything that I can conjure or figure out that may be happening during these instances? I could ask the other brothers and sisters to lend a hand. We can put up wards or cast other materials just to see if anyone can have a sense of what is actually happening.
The only thing I can think of is as long as Kallista doesn't return to find none of us at
I can
Claw.
sleep in my home. That's no big deal.
I believe one of us should be there to greet her in case she came home early. I would like somebody there to greet her. Otherwise, that was our meeting point.
Yeah, that's no worries.
I'll stay here with Og and maybe I can learn something from them and yeah, that should work out fine.
Will Nigel be safe going home by himself? Then Og knows the people outside don't seem super fond of him.
We could do? We could go back to the Claw, tell Cud what's up, and then just and then if Kallista shows up, just tell her to hang out.
That could work too, just as long as there's some kind of information trail.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll just come back here at night, and then we can have them do
whatever is most convenient for you. The offer is on the table. Whatever help you may need while you are here or when you leave, I'm happy to assist in any way that I can.
Okay, yeah. Og thinks we'll head back here later, and then we can try to find more info on whatever's haunting Og.
Yeah. So, like, I'd be fine with going back to the Claw and Claw now and seeing if Cuddle can recognize the handwriting on this stupid card.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. Yeah. If you guys want to go, you're welcome to, unless you have any other questions or things to ask. Genevieve or anyone else that's here.
Should we ask her about those creepy ass cultists just to see if she knows anything about them? We haven't really been good
Yeah.
about asking people about them.
You know,
So-
like the main mission, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
The seals and the cultists and the dragon below.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
ask her about the dragon below and to see if she's. I mean, she is like a priestess of the dragon god. She may actually know more about this than most people.
Good
So-
call.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see if she
Oh,
knows
you're so
anything.
smart sometimes.
Okay, it's good
Um,
common sense. He just doesn't have book learning.
And I don't have her rolled up, so I'll just give her a regular. Wait, clerics are smart. No, their magic things are wisdom masonry instead of intelligence, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she's not smart. And that was a decent roll. So she let you guys know. So she's I've the dragon below. I've never had any experience with them personally. I've heard of people speaking of them, others in the order that have come across these specific cultists. I don't know about how they operate necessarily. I don't know about their who exactly they worship. I will say that from what I do know, research that I've done and looked into, I don't believe that they worship a literal dragon. Just how they conduct rituals or sacrifices or knowledge or abilities they possess, it's nothing that I've ever come across either from those that worship the Great Bahamut or those of the foul Tiamat. Abilities gained do not seem like the same energies, but that's the main thing that I've come across. I know that they are not good.
They were very
in
powerful
the
when
chaos.
we came across them. It was not pretty for us.
Yeah,
So yes,
I
thank
can
you for
only
that
hope that if you
information.
encounter them again, that Bahamut is with you and that you are able to do what you need to defeat them, rid them of this world, convince them of the error of their ways, whatever it may be. I just hope that that he is with you and gains lends his strength to you.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys going back, or do you have anything else you want to ask from the people of the temple?
Not until we're like, I'm ready to go back to the Claw and Claw. There's nothing really else I really need to do.
I'm ready to go north and just
Yeah.
fucking go, but we need to let the chain know, and we gotta have Og sleep and.
Kallista
Yeah,
probably.
let's stay one more night in Gold Cliff. We'll
Yep.
do a little bit of investigating with Og's sleep time nemesis, and
Yeah.
then hopefully Kallista will get back sometime in the night or by the morning.
Okay, and then let me see. Before you guys leave, she says, I apologize that I haven't been able to give you more information about your father. Do you plan to try to find him?
Yeah, that is the plan.
If no one knows where he is, what is your plan of trying to locate him?
Well, I want to roll insight on her.
Okay.
That's great. Fucking hell. 15.
She seems very genuine of asking just how you go about doing this because it's important to you.
Well, I think the darkness kind of all over Gold Cliff, the governor being missing, best man showing up, and my father disappearing are all kind of tied together. That's my opinion. So we're thinking that we need to maybe backtrack and go to the last known location of my father, which is up north. So we're waiting for Kallista to get back, and then we're going to head north and see what we can find.
Being his son, do you know of anything that he would have 100% taken with him?
Son of a bitch. Yes, I got that. His katana.
She says,
I don't know.
She says that is very good news, and she reaches into a little satchel that she had on her side, and she brings out a parchment for you, and she says, "This, I hope, will help you find, if not him, then that item that he may carry on him." And she gives you a scroll, a locate object scroll.
You know what's fun? I already had one of those. Didn't think once to use it, so now I have two. So, son of a gun.
She rolled very high on to see if she had any helpful items, and that would be probably the best one if you guys are going to go traipsing around to try to find where he is.
This is what happens when I start using Beyond D&D Beyond. I don't have all my bullshit in it yet.
Plug that stuff in there, man.
Yeah, I need to. Son of a gun. Yeah,
right,
Nigel,
so
as soon as he walks out, he's just cursing. Not at anyone, not at anything, just in general. Because he's not in it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
He forgot he could do a search item type spell. He forgot.
Yeah.
Nigel's having a bad day.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are just heading your way straight back to Contemplates. Are you going anywhere else?
No.
Any other information gathering? You're just heading back?
Yeah, I think
keep the information train going, let Cuddle know, and then head back to the temple and sleep there. So it's back and forth. Do what rules you need to do.
Yeah.
Okay. You make it back there. Nothing happens. No one. You aren't approached with anyone. This is the least obstructive you guys have been in any area that you've been in. So it's very usually I have things that can be like, oh, this happened, but you are saying very low key.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just relying on one roll for something to happen. So
it's dangerous.
Yeah, because we're gonna fucking, as soon as we're a full party and we can use the full, extent of fucking things upness. Then.
Okay. Alrighty. You guys make it back okay. And you're wanting to see if Cuddle knows about the card, if he recognizes. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna walk up to him. So, went to the Church of Bahamut, ran into Natty on the way. That was fun. Looks like she's working for the professor again.
Well, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so that was fun. Showed her this card that was left in my father's safe, and I show him the card.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't realize it because kind of grief-stricken and a little just flabbergasted what's going on here. And sure does look like that's Bruce's handwriting.
He looks at it for a second and kind of is going through. He's putting it up to the light and shit like that. And he says, "Well, I do agree that's not your father's handwriting, but I can't quite say if it's a physician's. I mean, it looks like some of his bullshit that he's strewn about town throughout the years, but I can't say if he's made it himself. It could have been someone else that he's employed. But I do agree it looks very similar."
Yeah. Yeah, because the hot claws are missing, his katana.
I forgot you felt the fucking hot claws. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
Dumb. So yeah, he lets you know that definitely not your dad's handwriting. It's similar to things that could be associated with a physician. It's not necessarily 100% his personal handwriting. But it could have been someone employed by him or that just made all this shit. It could be, it could not be. He's not anywhere near sure. To give an idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna kind of let him know the plan, and we're gonna hang out at the church tonight and see if we can maybe find out whatever demon's trying to possess Og every night and making it so he can't sleep. If Kallista shows up, just let her know that to stay here, and then we'll be back in the morning.
Okay. I'm also shocked that you guys are actually sticking to curfew. That's the other thing.
I mean, we haven't really had any reason to break it yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
obviously,
do
if we
you
had
need-
something to
do you
do,
need one? When does Nigel ever need a reason to go against rules?
There's a lot of shit. I don't know how things are working here anymore. Like,
This isn't my gold cliff.
yeah.
That's right, bitches. Best bluff. Okay. So you let Cud know what if Kallista makes it back, just have her stay there or have her go meet you guys.
No, stay there.
Okay. All right. And he just says, Nigel, you've never been to, I don't think, any temple ever since you've lived in Gold Cliff. Why are you having a sleepover at the church?
Yeah, because something's wrong with my buddy and they think they might be able to solve it. So we're going to let them try.
No.
I think he was wondering more why we had any association with the church, Nigel.
Oh, word. Yeah, we saved someone that's a devout follower of Bahamut. My bad. So she's going to, as like kind of paying us back, see if she can fix my butt here.
So that makes sense. If they have any juice left over to help find your father, that'd probably be a good one too.
Yeah, she gave us a scroll of find object that we're going to use in the morning to see if we might be able to, see if we can find the hot claws. Because, he's never more than... I'm sorry. It's so dumb.
It's stupid. It's okay.
Yeah. We're going to use it on the hot claws. See
Okay.
if he's been cutting anything and burning it at the same time.
Absolutely. Yeah, he thinks that's a great idea. So yeah, okay. So you guys are headed to back over to the temple.
Make sure that if Kallista shows up, you let her know where we're at.
Okay. All right. You guys make it back. No issues. No encounter with Natty. No encounter with Natty. No one gets in your grill. Things are good. The cloak is right where you left it when you threw it on the ground, Nigel, in the
I threw it
alleyway.
in my hat.
Put it back in
Oh,
his
that's
bag.
right. I'm sorry. Well,
He's
it's
probably
still
going
where
to
you
see
threw
if he's probably going to see if he can get it like re-magicked at some point. I
it.
imagine.
yeah.
Recharge it. Okay. All right. So you guys go. You make it back to the church. Okay. You're kind of gonna get settled in. Are you just hanging around waiting? Are you trying to do anything when you're at the church?
Not just hanging out. Like I'm gonna try and get my sleight of hand working like it should be.
Okay, cool.
I guess
right.
if they have a relatively open area somewhere, Og might
Yeah, they're
shadow box
gonna-
a little bit. But
Yeah, they have some like areas
Oh yeah, you
for
might
you
be able to
guys.
pass that fucking check finally.
I'll box you if you want to
Okay,
use it
yeah.
on me. Use it on me. Come on. I haven't had a good fight in a while.
Yeah, I want to help Og like make his get his check too. So I want to give him some like
okay.
Oh,
magical-
checking with the Knucks. You're like back in the.
Ooh, Og has an audience.
yeah.
Yeah, this
I guess,
might
we'll-
might do it.
Yeah, maybe we'll see if any of the priests want to observe, I guess, or priestesses.
Okay.
Og versus
Og's
Steven's
giving boxing
prize fight.
lessons in the back.
I took down a Goliath. I can take down you, buddy boy.
Yeah,
Okay.
what check do we need
Did
to
I forgot
pass?
about that?
What?
Nathan, what check do we need to pass to kind of help him figure out how to use these?
Were we sticking with Arcana, Og, or were we doing
I think
insight
we
or
were
something else?
doing something I had less of a negative with. Well, okay, Arcana is -1.
I think it was insight or Arcana were the two that we were kind of going
Yeah,
at, 'cause
Og
it was
has
either like an
+1 to
instinctual
insight.
thing.
So
Yeah,
I think we
I'm
were
fine
trying
with
to insight
insight.
instead.
So I'm
Okay,
fine with
okay.
insight. Yeah, with these guys, no, Og's rolling, not you.
Okay.
But Og, you can have advantage on this since you have all these people trying to help you out.
I'm taking my
Okay.
armor off.
You're taking
You're
your
gonna
armor
realize
off.
you're not a halfling.
What's
Your
that?
goblin flesh is
Yeah,
flying
your
in
goblin
the,
flesh is just gonna be.
in the
Whatever.
wind.
I mean, Genevieve should know he's a
Yeah,
goblin.
Genevieve
She
knows.
knows.
She's fine.
Genevieve
Oh,
knows.
that's yeah. You're right. You're right. My bad.
I got an AC of 12, so come on.
God.
You're just gonna take hits, like actual
Fuck
hits with these
it.
things.
Whatever.
We're about to
Doing
take
it.
a long rest. YOLO.
I've got 35 points of lay
Okay.
on hands.
Okay,
And
Og,
cure
roll.
wounds.
We're gonna do this differently. Og, roll to attack.
Okay. I feel like Og's probably not hitting full force.
No. If we're doing this, we're doing this. You roll
He'll
to
call you
attack.
out. Come on. I said I would do this. We planned on it.
Fine.
Let's figure these fucking things out.
Okay, does a 23 hit?
Yeah, that hits double. Come on. What do you got?
So
All right,
it's a
roll
23
your damage on your unarmed strike.
And
How
uh-oh.
much?
I critted. So that'd be a 27 with the natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, come on, I took down a Goliath, and you just get fucking
Yeah, so it was
decimated.
a 23
Like just
and
a
then
nice
crit.
1-2. Like you get like a nice like hook and fall directly like
Yeah.
under your chin. Like Og like has to get down on his knees and just like comes up
somehow
to hook you.
So I guess
Sends
roll
him
for
goodness.
damage.
10 feet in the air.
No. What he does, Nathan, is he uppercuts him the first time into the air and then just brings him down with the other foot into the ground.
We could do that too.
God.
Okay, and Og, where are you? Are you anytime that you're boxing or doing this, are you going into your rage? Is this going to be even more damage?
If I was just doing my like shadow boxing, I would probably be using rage. Unless Steven specifically said he wanted me to go into a rage, I don't think I would be doing it. So
Okay, so no rage. So it's just you're unarmed, and then what did we say? We're doing like did we add like 2 for like these magic knucks? I don't remember how we threw your
let me see
did these so
what I
far.
wrote down.
Just remind me.
I know so my unarmed is 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were adding like a D6 to that.
It was a D6. Okay.
I think so.
I think so.
Oh, the D6 was when the extra damage was coming into play, like when it gave like that
something
little.
like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that you square up and you start to do it, and
yeah, it's 1d6 force damage.
You collide with him, and yeah, it triggers that shit like right away. It's just like and like really good. That's like how you got the crit. You just like take him off his feet, and Steven, you're like already.
What did I
like,
take for damage?
27, did you say?
No, that was his.
No, that was my roll.
Oh, that was your
for
roll.
the
Okay,
hit.
so
my damage would be 5 for the first hit. Double if it's crit, it's double for the second one, so that's 10 for the next one, plus I guess 1d6 of force damage.
Yes.
So that's 15 plus just 1, so 16.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Okay. Hang on. Okay. This is.
Don't you have to do a D100?
This is great. This is great. Yes.
Yeah.
So roll your 100.
So Og just slaughters Steven accidentally.
Fucking what? Who's rolling?
You hit him in the nose, and like all the cartilage and bone just like goes straight into your brain.
You roll.
Like, oh God!
It's your crit. Go ahead.
Jennifer,
right.
do you know resurrection?
They're in Temple Bahamas. Good. What'd you roll?
I didn't roll. It's.
Oh, Og, roll 100.
Og, roll. It's your crit.
We're gonna make it super fun.
Okay, 48.
48. Oh, Jesus. All right, add another D6, just regular. We're not going to double that. Add another D6 to the damage.
Five.
Okay. So you get uppercutted, and then as you're like coming down, he just like catches you in the side and throws it. And as you do that, you try to like catch yourself, and you just like your hand catches, and now your hand is broken.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So you got a broken leg and a broken hand. And Og, how was I gonna do this? Roll a 20 again.
Okay, just straight 20.
Just a straight 20, yeah.
15.
All right, and that's above your AC,
Well,
Steven?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
because I took all my armor and my shield off.
So that's extra unarmed again, added on, and then roll your d6 again.
4.
Okay, so 9. Okay, roll the 20 again.
Is Og just bouncing him off the ground?
I'm gonna tell you. This is gonna.
Okay, 10 on this one.
Okay, that does not connect. Okay, thank God. Okay, so what was the total damage?
Well, I've got 39 out of 69 hit points, so 30 points is what I was marking it as he said it. So.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so you just Og, something happens while you're here. You don't know if it was something hit you where like Steven being cocky, maybe it's because you're in this holy place, whatever, but you just kind of go into it and you like hit him and you connect real good, and you like the runes and shit that are on the nut on your hand just light up like right before it connects, and it just like gives like that extra like force damage, but also just like even more lights up, and almost like you feel like a kick again where like it's a second hit comes out of it. So something got triggered in this even more so than before. And roll your what was it, insight?
Yeah.
Throw your insight on it. You have multiple eyes on you, so I'm not going to make the difficulty incredibly high.
Okay, we were doing it
Steven
with.
just felt it.
We were doing it with advantage, right?
With advantage, yeah.
Okay, that's good because my first roll was a 2. 14.
14.
That's good.
Okay. Okay. So with everyone, after Steven is like icing his hand and his face,
I've got healing spells.
What you have a fuck ton of priests around you too, so they're all just like they all leap into action because they're just like waiting for like a nice little exhibition and just do like.
I just stood there. I'm like, come on.
Nigel's just rolling in the corner,
just like laughing. Just like, I needed this.
Essentially, like he gets like rocketed up, and then he comes down and catches it in the face, and you guys see like that extra like really hit him. But Og, you feel it in your fist, and you guys see the runes and everything light up, and it almost like kicks back again, and like another like full force blow that you have delivered, Og, just rocketed into his face again. So something hit on these. This was the most violent and forceful it's ever been. And as you're trying to figure out and discussing with everyone, as all these priests are fucking laying hands on Steven, as he's just on the ground, probably like, "Oh, good job, buddy.
Good, that was great.
What did we learn? I know what I learned. What did you learn? I know what I learned. I learned to never do this again.
I want a rematch."
My armor next time. So as everyone is discussing what's going, well, throw me your theories, everyone that's been watching this, about the Knuckles and different instances.
That as if he connects, and I don't know what the triggering thing is, but I think that if he connects, if he hits the AC of the creature he's hitting, as long as he continues to hit the AC, he continues to get attacks until he doesn't hit anymore. So like he could keep punching,
like a
punching.
Yes.
Like a jackhammer fucking. Yeah, that's my.
Like in fucking Pacific Rim when they're just doing that fucking punching thing.
Yeah, or Age of Ultron when he's just like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Yeah. Yes, when he crits. So so Og has never critted with these before, and I almost forgot until I was just like, oh. So yes, so Steven said it. So Og, when you crit with these, you get to keep rolling, and if you keep hitting, then it's like another unarmed strike. But you just keep like they're not doubled, Like after the initial crit and we re-roll, like you get like extra hits, and as long as you can keep going and you make it, which was I was like, what's your AC? 12? This is gonna murder Steven. So that's one thing when you crit, but the main thing that makes these things work as intended, you guys haven't touched on yet. So when you crit, this happens, but anything else, any other observations? Kallista, you're welcome to make an observation if you have any thoughts.
I'm just curious to see how it plays out.
Okay, that's fine. Any other thoughts? I'm going to tell you either way. I just didn't know if you guys knew.
Yeah, Og wasn't using his rage, so it didn't seem like that was tied into it, at least not this time.
Because you've done that before too. You entered a rage and used them, and it didn't do anything.
So
I'm just trying to. It's
or like a first strike on.
So that is it.
You beat their AC by so much, no.
So that is it. Og, the times where you've used this, you've been raging, and it hasn't done any extra stuff because you've been in this rage. And I think hearkening back on the name of these, I think they're the Fists of the Serene Soul. So if you are calm and you are not raging while you are using these, you get that extra D6 of force damage. And if you crit when you're not raging, then you have the possibility of doing this like Hammer Fist. So that is it. The mystery has been solved of the Fists of the Serene Soul. So
I'm glad I can help
without raging. Yeah, right. So
who's got a beer?
So if you use these when you're raging, then you get all of your damage resistance and the extra damage and things like that, but it's not gonna hit this extra stuff for these relics. But if you're just calm and you use it without, then every time that you go, especially knowing now, you will get the extra force damage, and if you crit, then you get to do this Hammer Fist.
Interesting. Okay,
that's cool.
Yeah. All right, Steven, you're healed. Cool. You're in a house of healing and God. So
I picked a pretty good place to do it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. What about my hand? That's something I'm gonna have to get splinted? And I'm
gonna give no. I'll say that they were able to heal it about as well as your leg. So
okay.
You got a couple days of it giving you some issues. So let's say, well, you tell me, is it your shield arm or your sword
arm? I'll roll here. Hold on.
Yeah, just do a D4 or something. Say, here are my hands, here are my legs.
Here's my sword hand.
My sword hand?
My swinging hand. Yeah.
Gotcha. Just for the next couple days, do like a -1 to your 2-hit and damage.
Okay.
Yep. No. And then remember to take that away, because you had that, like your charisma was down to like what -4 or whatever.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking stupid.
Okay. All right. So you guys go through all of this. Show's over, folks. Show's over. This is the most excitement that the Temple of Bahamut has seen in probably since it's been constructed. So yeah, all that stuff is done. People are healed up, things are ready to go, and you guys are ready to settle in for the night. They have like a couple beds set for you guys. Do you guys all want to sleep in the same room?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, they got that set up. So they're focused on Og. They have a couple people. Genevielle's there. There are a couple other priests and priestesses around you. Og in particular, they're kind of like in a protective circle. Steven, do you still want to cast this spell on him?
I will consult with the others and see if they want me to, or if they want me to try and let it happen so they can see if they can see anything. I guess maybe do like a check with them to see if what they want me to do.
That's a good point. They would probably tell you that if whatever is happening to him has been subsided with this spell that you're giving, then it would give them a better chance of trying to find out exactly what's going on if that isn't in place. They like, if worst case scenario it happens again, you're still here to cast the spell.
Right.
But if he's in the best possible place for protection if he needs it, if the same things happen, if something goes wrong.
All right. So yeah, I'll not cast it then. And
yeah, there's probably someone here that can cast like greater restoration anyways to get me out of the the level 1 of exhaustion if need be in the morning.
Gotcha.
So
Okay, so nighttime hits, you guys are settling in, and they're around you, and they just say, but essentially don't mind us. We're here to do what you normally do. I don't know how fast Og normally goes to sleep, but it's like
just
you're
standing there,
protective-
ignore me.
Yeah, it's just like going through. Like,
Nobody look at me.
Og, you're in a protective spot. I can't do it when you're watching. Og, you're protected. We're here for you. Just please, try to rest. Would you like us to put you to sleep?
Oh, sure. If that's an option, will that affect any of this, or?
Just honestly, Og, I don't know. I don't know if it happens when you sleep. I would assume it would happen whether magically.
Actually, yeah, we did try knocking Og out at one point, and it still happened. So I think we could probably put me to sleep magically, and I would still be attacked.
Okay. So they say we can absolutely do that. They have you lay down. They whisper some words, say some prayers to Bahamut. Multiple priests cast sleep on you, and you just doze off. You close your eyes, and you are out. And then they are just waiting, and they are there. Steven, Nigel, you gonna stay awake to try to see what's happening with this?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So they are just in a circle around. They are their eyes are all open. They are waiting. They're just kind of like standing around Og, muttering to themselves. You don't know. Most likely it's prayers or incantations. A little bit of time goes by. Hour goes by. Another hour goes by. You guys are sitting there. So nighttime hits. You guys, this probably started at, I don't know, let's say 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Like sun goes down, things are starting to hit in place. Steven got healed for 3 hours. Things are going. So about, they put Og to sleep. He's resting comfortably. You guys are just sitting there waiting. And about 4 hours goes by. And nothing is going on. And then, well, Steven, Nigel, you guys roll perception for me.
So right around midnight.
It was, if it was, yeah, so it's probably like 11 o'clock. So. Yeah, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. You guys are just sitting there. And I'm going to go grab something, be right back. Let me know what your perceptions are. Right back.
I need to get a drink as well.
I might as well pee.
I guess I'll use the restroom as well.
All right. What was your roll, Steven?
15.
Well, what was it?
15.
Well, shit. I wonder if this went out.
I can hear you.
Okay. Turn it off, turn it on. See if that does anything. Well, it shut off. That's why. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know why. So what was yours?
15.
15. Okay.
Mm.
Kallista, the trooper.
What happened?
This
Been
is
sitting-
this
been
is
sitting here listening to
Callista's
us for
Og
2 episodes.
This is Callista's Og episode when Steven was in the fighting pits.
Mm-hmm. It's fair. It's fair. Very reasonable.
Oh.
And you're traveling right now, aren't you? You're just on your
She's
way
just
back.
sitting with a dead body and an old friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Basically. And a bunch of horses.
it. Mm-hmm.
So just a plain tortilla.
3 horses, a lion, 2 rats, a Triton, a pizza place.
Tortilla.
Yeah. Well, while we're waiting for Nigel, so what's your big plans for Flez's body there, Kallista?
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
She's been plotting this entire
Because one lifetime of pain wasn't enough for Flez. You gotta double down. Okay.
Yes.
Nigel, what was your perception?
7.
7. Oh my goodness, gravy. Okay.
Like it's middle of the night. He's gotten bored at this point. He's just playing solitaire over in the corner.
He's just staring at the wall, trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
He's got actually, you know what he does? He's got Abe open on the one side of the room, and he's just throwing cards into Abe.
Is Abe throwing them back?
Yes.
Trick shots.
They just all come flying out.
Yeah,
see
we
how
need a
accurate-
priest. Run out of cards, but
Let's see how
do we need-
accurate Abe is if they come right back to you, or they just kind of like explode out of the hat. Let's see.
Do any of the
Oh,
priests
they
just
just
kind of
explode out of the hat. That was a botch. Abe has no accuracy. He's like, hey buddy, can I get those back? And they just kind of go poof.
yeah.
Like a
do any of the
confetti
priests just
cannon
look at
shot.
like the hat and just like kind of like cringe a little bit, like getting a sense of like that there's a soul trapped in it?
I mean, did he ask? I don't know.
I mean, you actually could. Like, you haven't really asked. You asked like one person about Abe, I think.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah, it
To
was
be
our.
honest, Abe was freaked out at first. Once we realized there was somebody in there, Abe seems like he's fine.
You haven't really interacted with Abe a whole lot.
Not lately.
Yeah.
Things have been happening.
Things have been happening. Okay. So a 7 and a 15. Okay. Nigel, you're throwing your cards, you're getting through, hours are going by, Abe's rocketing them out of him like diarrhea. Once you ask for them back.
Which I think is the funniest thing in the world.
Which is why you keep doing it, I'm sure. And you don't have to get up, you just use Mage Hand to get those cards back. Time's going by, you're going through, you're just kind of, I think, yeah, you're trying to entertain yourself. You just become bored with the situation. I think the first couple hours you were just like waiting on the high alert, waiting for things like watching the priestesses and things like that. Nothing's really happening. Og was sleeping peacefully, so you were happy, and now it's just like trying to pass the time. Steven, I think you were more cognizant, just like watching, waiting for things to happen, even though time is going by. I mean, you've probably been on watches with Batista and things like that, whether guarding things or waiting for hordes of enemies to come back, whatever, like protecting things. So you're used to being up and just trying to be like, aware of things going on.
he has the pain in his hand and leg to keep him awake.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a throb.
Exactly. He's like trying to see how far he can bend a finger. Ooh, is it a little more than before? Oh, that's
Crap.
Compare the two. I can go this far, but I can go this far. So that's actually probably good. Yeah, you're trying to see what all of the dexterity you still have in your hand for like using your sword and things like that. Do I have to become left-handed now? So you're going through all the stuff and you notice Genevieve is like, she is aware of something. She's not moving, she's not speaking or like trying to like give hand gestures there, but she's like tracking something in the room with her eyes. And she is just kind of stiff
Can I do
and watching.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can see possibly what she?
Oh,
might
like
be
see
looking
what she's looking at? Go for
Yeah.
it. Sure.
See if, well, I mean that would be my natural reaction, just to be like, well, what the fuck are you looking at?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 19.
19. She is like looking at just a wall, a stone wall, and just kind of slowly kind of going across the wall. You look where she is looking, and you don't see anything. You see kind of supplies and things like that, bedrolls, pillows, things that are around on shelves and everything, but nothing is standing out to you.
I'm gonna face the way she's looking and kind of scooch back to her and be like, so what are we looking at?
Shh.
Yep. What's happening?
Bring any attention.
What's happening? Yeah, what's happening?
Something is here that should not be here.
What is it? What can I do? Can I shoot it?
Her.
As soon as I heard something about shooting something, like Nigel's like little beak just kind of like turns like, are we shooting something?
You're trying to get information. She's just trying to, as best she can, be like, stop, don't get it. It's like, if like you doing something may bring attention to whatever this thing is. And as you're sitting there asking if you can shoot it and what can I do, and just trying to show concern and thoughts and initiative to what is going on, her eyes go wide and she like just throws both of her arms out in front of her and shouts out, and she's just like, you are not welcome here. You need to leave. This is a house of Bahamut. This is a house of good and a house of prayer, and I command you to leave. And her hands are out and her eyes go wide, and she just kind of stops in place, and her head goes back a little bit, and she well, let's see if she can. Nope. Words are trying to come out of her mouth, and she cannot get them out.
Oh, can I use telepathy?
She is actively choking.
Oh, she's choking?
Yes.
Like they're not being able to breathe kind of choking, or choking on her words?
Is there anybody else around that's noticing this, or are they all fucking sleeping?
Yes. When she jumped up and started yelling, everyone is up and awake and noticing this happening.
I'm gonna reach over to her shoulder. I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder, and I'm gonna put protection from evil. I'm gonna cast protection from evil.
Okay. You throw your hand on her, you close your eyes, you say a prayer to Helm, and you feel the divine energy go through you, and you cast a spell on her, and she immediately and falls to the ground and clutches her throat. And she's looking around, just like searching the room, trying to see if this is still here. And she's like, oh, where is it? Where'd it go? It's not here.
What is it?
It's not here.
I want to check on Og.
What was it?
Og is asleep.
Okay.
He's fucking breathing, and his eyes are rolling like a newborn, just resting comfortably.
Tell me what you saw.
She some of the priests go over to her, and she asks for pen and paper. She asks for a quill, and she starts to draw a picture for you guys. And she's a pretty damn good artist too. So you watch her drawing, and it just starts off at the bottom and comes up, and it just looks like something that's standing on two legs, and then you see a skull that is up a little ways once it goes up a little further, and then you notice another skull. And then she draws another skull, and she keeps drawing more. And there are a couple hands that come out as she come up that are gangrel and skinny and come to a point and are adorned with what you can guess are bangles of different materials. And it goes up, and there are braids and things that start coming down, and hair, and two horns that pop up on either side, and a face comes into it, and there is a nose and just a mouth full of these grotesque, sharp pointed teeth that are kind of at a smile at one point and a grimace at the other end. And she flips over the picture for you guys, and that's what you see. Let me turn this off. There you go.
The fuck?
That's what she draws.
What the fuck? Can I do like a fucking check on that to see if I recognize that?
You can do a history check. You can do a nature check. You could.
Let me see.
You can do an Arcana check if you want to check
History
the, like,
seems
magical
more
vibes
like
in the room.
up his alley as far
I'm gonna
as.
do his. I got a 19 for history.
Okay.
I got a 19 as well.
Ooh, nice. You guys look at this and kind of compare notes, like, what the hell is this thing? I should roll this for Genevieve and the priest too. Here, I'll roll 2. They can have advantage on this because there are lots of them in there.
Oh, it feels
Okay.
like the prettiest girl at the ball.
Exactly. You're all here for me. She rolled pretty decently too. You guys compare notes on what's going on, and you, just from looking at this thing, how it's adorned, the skulls, everything, the horns, the face, the claws, this is most likely some sort of hag. This is some sort of witch. This is some sort of hag that is coming in while Og is sleeping to torment him, to torture him, to drain him.
Isn't that what's her face was?
And from 19s, 2 19s, and probably like a 17 or an 18, you guys have never had any experiences with this this type of hag just on your own, but from stories you've heard, from books that you probably have read, this is a form of hag that does, it invades dreams, tries to steal souls from those that they're tormenting. This is a night hag. But looking at this picture, you guys have not seen this before.
Okay.
But this is definitely a hag, and it's probably a night hag. Do what?
Does it look like, is there similarities to Gran? Is her granddaughter?
I mean,
maybe.
Gran what took the form of an older woman. When she transformed, she was hulking and big and just kind of grotesque and deformed and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
This one looks a lot more
skinny,
slender,
and
refined, ominous in certain ways.
I feel like there's like a connection, like since he was the one that landed the killing blow, that there's
no,
like a
we already kind of determined that this was something related to Gran, I think.
So here you guys are saying a lot of stuff, and this is what I'll give you because there are bits and pieces that I will just connect. So, and with the 19s and the high rolls you guys got for history, this would go over into certain things with hags. So hags typically have a coven. It's usually it's multiple hags that are together that form a coven. Og, if you remember correctly, when you guys were in Rockport and you had the reading, the Tabaxi freaked the fuck out.
Oh yeah, the Tabaxi
and told you that like
shit.
something was following you, and she didn't want anything to do with that. So she saw something in that reading, which was most likely this. Genevieve tells you that she invoked an incantation to give her true sight that would be able to have her see like anything magical in different like planes, the ethereal plane, things like that. So if anything was hiding, if it was invisible, anything like that, she would see it. And that's what she saw. The other priests and priestesses weren't. They were just doing other kind of protection spells and things like that, just ready if something happened, but they did not have the level of skill that she did. So she was the only one that saw this thing. So you have a nighttime stalker. It is a night hag.
Fun.
But you do know that this spell somehow, some way, some form keeps her at bay, but she is not. Whether it's cast or not, she's probably still trying every single night to fuck your shit up.
What I'm gonna do while we wait for Kallista, I'm going to see what they have in their library on night hags.
Okay. Are you well? If this is like 11 o'clock midnight already, are you guys?
Well, while we wait for, like, yeah, like I'll go to sleep as long as I'll cast protection from evil on him again, just so that I know that he's safe.
Okay. Okay.
And then we'll go to sleep, and then I can in the morning while we're waiting for Kallista, I will.
Okay. Kallista, you would have returned at this point, and you probably would have gone to
Sweet.
Yeah, you probably would have gone and had headed to the conclave, returned the horse, done all that stuff. Would you wait till the morning to go to the church, or would you go at night? You know there is a curfew in place. Kallista.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
I thought she was just in deep thought.
I thought she was thinking.
my apologies. I'm sorry. Say again.
No, that's fine. So at this point, you probably would have made it back to Goldcliff, to the conclave, and Cuddle would have told you they went to the
What time of day?
To the Temple of Bahamut, and to meet them there. Would you go that night, you knowing that a curfew is in place? That's all you know, is that a curfew is in place.
So it is already night when I have arrived.
It is all, yeah. It's going to be already nighttime.
No, I would not go that night, but I would go ahead and on my way into town, drop off the horse with the stable hand guy, make sure to make him just a smidge uncomfortable and tip him. Have my horses take back to the Claw and Claw, all that stuff put away for the night.
Okay, but so you would just stay in place at the Claw and
Yes.
Claw. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. And then Stephen, you want to look in their library to see if there's anything that they have on hags?
Yeah, on hags.
Okay. They do, but it's probably like all the information that they gave you already is what came out of it.
All right.
Yeah. So let's say we'll go ahead and end it there for the night, and then tomorrow you guys can hook back up in the morning, figure out what to do, see what befalls, and Kallista can tell you guys about Fled.
Sounds good.
Yeah, she can show. Well, hey, whoa.
There's
So
much fucking
Fled's
grammar.
body is still in the back of the cart.
Does anybody cast Gentle Repose on him? He is fucking dying, decomposing.
I do not have such a wonderful spell as that.
So he's just in the back of the cart.
He is wrapped in one of my cloaks, one of my garbs, very tastefully in the back of the cart.
Okay.
Tastefully wrapped.
Tastefully.
Of course. But it's tasteful.
Scrumptious.
You know.
I wonder.
Lovingly, if you will.
It's like a burrito, but you don't eat it.
Did Kallista address if she was bringing Pew with her or not?
Yes.
Okay.
I got a good animal.
Yeah, we never touched base on that. Well, I mean, she was going to try. Roll your sweet animal handling.
I felt like I rolled. No, I felt like I rolled a really good one at the end.
And he brought you to him. Oh, that's not good.
4.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna burrow inside his intestines.
He's inside of him.
Damn it.
I will say that I'm gonna roll for it.
Roll for Pew.
Yeah, 2 or 3, he's yours.
Okay. You are doing all of this stuff, trying to get Fled's body where it needs to be, and the whole time Pew is not being cooperative. He's like fucking hissing at you and just like, not wanting you to touch Fled's body. But you're Kallista, and he's not the boss of you, so you're going to do what you want to do. So you find a way to get him off, take the body, do whatever you need to do. He's protesting all the time, probably like biting at your friggin' robes and your feet and things like that. He's not happy at all. So he is. You wouldn't do that, so I'm not going to put that in as an action you would do. You take the body of his master, his friend, and you put it away and you start going off despite him trying to get in this. So I will say that you probably try to coax him to say, come with me, friends, do that. But he doesn't want anything to do with you. He just wants his master's body. And since you are actively taking it, when you ride off, he is just in that area that Flesh set up, staying there because it still smells like him.
I pew.
So you do not get a skunk.
Well, at least
I
you
want a
didn't get, like,
menagerie, Nathan. I want a menagerie.
Oh, I know. You have to get responsibility first,
Oh, that's harder.
like positive responsibility.
Oh.
It's gonna be so fun when she tries to get somebody else, and we're all like, now, Kallista, remember what happened last time?
And I like to think we'll just point at the cart and Flez like taxidermy bodies
Oh,
in there. Like, now remember what happened last time?
Transfer. Quick, somebody use the orb and transfer to Bark Hollow. Let Elliot taxidermy him.
She'll have 2 projects now. She's got the Doug's arms.
Doug's
and
arms?
Full body.
Full body of a
She'll need to find a
kobold.
new jaw and throat, but you know,
gonna
it'll
turn
be.
it into a new
God.
cloak.
So
Alright.
yeah, everyone's back in Gold Cliff now. We found out what's tormenting Og. Og found out what is going on with his Knucks. He almost killed Steven trying to figure it out. Nigel's super pissed off and just completely worried about everyone in this town, wants to burn it down. Kallista came back, lost a friend, tried to gain a new one, did not succeed, but gained an old one that is now with him and with you guys. Nigel, you remember Aaron. You'll get to have that reunion.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put a disguise on Orin because the people in Best Cliff are super racist against Tritons.
It's Best Bluff, you son of a bitch. Okay, you get this new name right. If you
I'm
say
sorry.
Gold Cliff again, I'm just kidding, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
Bring back Gold Cliff. This smells like crit. Thanks, Desiree, the only person watching. And hope you enjoy our bullshit going forward. Bye.
Bye.
I
Bye.